Today I fucked up by being a 47-year man trying snowboarding for the first time. TL/doctor, geezer tries snowboarding for the first time. Got banged the fuck up. So I'm a 47-year single male that does a lot of activities on his own. I go to the movies, go camping/hiking, make music, go out to eat, even go to an amusement park, alone. I'm fine with this. I'm not going to let lack of companion/friend keep me from trying new things. So I've just finished RN school and started in my new job as a psych RN. I've been working long hours and have not had much time to myself. This weekend came up and I figured I deserve some R&R, so I booked a motel and lift tickets/rental/lessons for a mountain resort about 3 hours north. Not that I thought that snowboarding would be easy, but I had skateboarded as a kid, even though that was 35 years ago. Maybe some skills would transfer over. Nope. I got to the resort, got my rentals and waited for my 11 a.m. lesson. The guy instructing me was some 24-year kid with long curly hair. He ended up being really nice and not at all some rad/extreme/shred dude. Things did not go well. We were on the bunny slope and just fucking ate it. Within the first 5 minutes I had fallen 3 times and either pulled a muscle in my torso or broke a rib. I got through the first hour, unbuckled my boots, and told the guy that I was done. Told him that it was inevitable that I was going to hurt myself bad and that I couldn't let that happen because my job can be fairly physical sometimes. Now I'm holed in a nice cottage drinking screwdrivers and watching the Joe Frank documentary. My left hand hurts, my right wrist has an abrasion, my ass hurts and my right upper quadrant produces a sharp pain when I move too much or cough. Total cost, $293.22, motel, plus $419, lift ticket, rental, lessons, plus $50 gas plus $50, food, coffee, cigarettes, plus $45, snowboard pants, plus $13, snow jacket, thrifted, plus equals $870.22. I did the same thing at about 40. I saw a couple of 15-year-old talking on the phone while doing it, so I thought it must not that hard to learn. Big fucking mistake. Of course I was the oldest in the class. The instructor, who was maybe 18, keep calling me mom, which make me feel like a dinosaur. I couldn't even stand on the fucking thing long enough to do anything, fell multiple times on my ass, so I completely abandoned after the lesson. I don't know what got the most bruises, my ego or my butt. Frown. If this is a real today one you didn't necessarily fuck up yet, try skiing tomorrow. Way easier, and then you don't eat the cost of a lift ticket for one day. If you bought lessons, take them as ski lessons. You just need to pay for a ski rental though. Yes, I've tried snowboarding twice in my life. Once when I was about 10, once in high school. I don't think I even lasted an hour. Skiing is way easier to pick up enough skill to make your way down the hill. What I've always heard and truly believe, skiing is easier to learn basics, but more difficult to master. Snowboarding is difficult to learn basics, but once you got that it's easier to master. I don't have the patience or physical ability to learn snowboarding basics. And you don't need to master skiing to still have fun with it. When I was 40, I went in to see an orthopedist with a bad shoulder injury. He told me, "Congratulations, you are now certifiably middle-aged. If you were 18 you probably wouldn't have gotten hurt. If you were 60, you would be smart enough not to try it. But you haven't yet figured out you're not 18, and are not wise enough to moderate your physical stressors. So folks like you keep me in business." Right then, I was pissed at the lack of empathy since I was really hurting. Later, I found it a hilarious way to tell me to grow up and take better care of the only body I was going to get. Deleted. Musical notes. What a drag, it is getting old. Musical notes. Drive. Please, some more of these. Oh man. I took lessons so I could go with my son. In the third week, I ended up being moved from an adult class because I was so bad, into a kid class, and I full scorpioned on the bunny hill, which ended up stuffing my nostrils full of snow while a bunch of 5-year-olds whizzed around me like little Olympians. My husband ran up the hill to see if I was okay. Some lady said, well, at least you tried. And that was it for me. While a bunch of 5-year-olds whizzed around me like little Olympians. My condolences for a rough experience, but this had me laughing. Today I fucked up by failing to inform my urologic surgeon that I'm hung. Obviously NSFW. Edit, since this went way over some of your heads, what follows is a style of humor called cringe humor. It is a very Canadian style of comedy. Everything about it is meant to be cringe-worthy. If you're cringing for any reason, mission accomplished. If you did not understand Schitt's Creek, this post is not for you. TL, Doctor at bottom. Edit, followed by a TL, Doctor of the TL, drive. It all started roughly 3 years ago. My relationship with my ex-lover had run stale due to varying issues that we were both at fault for. I was under a very high stress state due to my failing relationship as well as unstable employment, the local housing crisis, low wages not keeping up with inflation, some humans believing the world is flat, and so on. Fast forward to spring 2019. I began noticing abdominal and lower back pain as well as bloody urine. Being the ball of anxiety that I am and having never experienced a kidney stone before, I convinced myself that I was dying. My erratically moody and unsupportive ex remained unsupportive, deciding the best route of action from here was to form a secretive love connection with another man, increasing my stress level. They continued their secret love affair up until July of that year, when I walked in on them. My ex and I broke up immediately, but even after the breakup they continued to deny anything was going on between them. Update, they bought a house and have 3 cats together. Not that I care, our relationship wasn't fun anymore anyway, but call a spade a spade. Through both a CT scan and an ultrasound, thank you free Canadian healthcare, folded hands, my kidney stone was discovered. I was told by the doctors that it should pass on its own. Just keep drinking lots of water and lemon juice. Over weeks the bloody urine eventually stopped and the pain subsided. Again, having never experiencing a kidney stone before, I assumed I had passed it and continued on my merry way, learning, healing, and growing from the toxic relationship with my ex. Fast forward to February 2021. The bloody urine returns, the abdominal and lower back pain is back with a vengeance. I become instantly aware that the kidney stone had not passed 2 years prior, as I'm doubled over in pain, unable to get out of bed. Having no family doctor, I live in a small community in which family doctors accepting new patients are far and few between. I arranged a walk-in appointment at the local clinic. I explained to the doctor my symptoms and history of having a kidney stone and he orders me a CT scan. Again, thank you free Canadian healthcare, folded hands. The CT scan confirms what I already have a hunch of. My kidney stone is still present in my left kidney, has grown substantially in size, sitting at 6 by 12, and is approaching the ureter, though it is too large to pass on its own. I am immediately referred to a urologist who informs me she will be my urologic surgeon for a procedure to remove the stone, ureteronoscopy, laser lithotripsy, and stone removal. Due to the remote, isolated nature of my employment, I got bumped to near the top of the surgery list, which I am so incredibly grateful for. Alone in the forest, doubling over in pain due to obstruction, unable to rationalize what to do, does not sound like a pleasant way to die. Before the procedure, I was given multiple opportunities to bring up any issues that might affect or interfere with the procedure. Do you have a heart condition? No. Do you have high blood pressure? No. Do you have a skin condition? Yes, psoriasis, but symptoms are pretty low right now. Is there anything else you feel we should know that might impact the surgery? I thought on this one for a while and debated whether or not the surgeon needed to know that my erect penis is substantially large. I mean, They were about to perform a procedure in which they would be entering my body through my penis up my urethra, into my bladder, up my left ureter and into my left kidney. Would having a large penis impact this procedure in any way? Suffering from high anxiety, I play all these scenes in my head of the surgeon cancelling my surgery because of me speaking inappropriately to her about my penis, so I decide it's unimportant information and withhold it. Oops. The procedure was yesterday and went rather well. Repetition for emphasis. I have no idea how I'd pay for this without Canadian Medicare. Folded hands. Full disclosure, it's as painful as you're probably thinking it is. Metric fuck tons of morphine and suppository opioids were necessary for me to stop wincing in pain as they woke me up. I wish this type of pain on very few people. Ahem, don't ever lie to me. While waking up, the nurses informed me that the surgeon placed a stent in my ureter to help the flow of urine, blood clots, and remaining stone dust. There is a string coming out the end of my penis that is attached to the stent. In 5 days, I am to take some ibuprofen and, a half hour later, pull on the string with a steady, gentle, continuous motion until the stent has fully been pulled out my penis. Judging from the amount of pain I'm in already, I don't foresee this being a very pleasant experience. I'll know more on Friday as I'm screaming in pain, pulling a stent out my dick hole. I pulled the hospital bed sheet off my body to inspect my penis. Sure enough, there's a string coming out the end of my urethra, taped to my shaft with a bit of slack. At this point I should have realized that, in the case of an erection, there was nowhere near enough slack in the string to prevent extreme pressure on the stent and possible premature pulling on the string. But that was the least of my concern at that moment. My bladder was uncomfortably full and I needed to empty it. Now, I tried to get out of the bed on my own, but quickly discovered how drugged up I was. I called for a nurse who seemed very apprehensive about allowing me to get out of bed. "You've had a lot of narcotics," were her exact words to try to convince me to stay in bed. But holy shit, my bladder. With dismay she walked me to the bathroom, stumble, where I soon discovered how the next week of urinating was going to play out. Have you ever had the pleasure of experiencing the pussy, pins and needles pain of urinating with chlamydia? If so, I empathize with you, really I do. But trying to urinate after a ureteronoscopy, laser lithotripsy, and stone removal procedure with a ureteral stent? Holy balls, dial that shitty chlamydia urinating up to an 11. Even on all these narcotics, the immense pain has me doubled over every time I need to piss. I cannot wait to pull this stent out on Friday. After choking down a couple digestive cookies, my mouth and throat were so dry from the breathing tube, and keeping water down, I was discharged with various prescriptions to assist the healing process. Upon arriving home, I warmed up a plate of leftovers, Thai chicken spring roll bowl, took a handful of painkillers, stool softeners, muscle relaxers, anti-inflammatories, and took a nap that turned into a sleep. Fast forward to 2 hours ago, 2 a.m. I am abruptly awoken by excruciating pain. What the dickens is this bullshit? Oh my fucking shit, oh somebody kill me. I am hyperventilating, my skin is pale, I am full on panic attacking. There is the most absurd pain originating from my kidney, all the way down to the tip of my penis. My penis. I'm popping the most epic, proud, raging boner, and the string is pulled tight, and my muscles are contracting due to the pain, pulling on the stent. I turn on my bedside lamp to see the string deforming my erect stiffy, cutting into the end of my pee hole and pulling my erection down in the direction of the shaft tape. Fuck me sideways, my dick is a shepherd's crook. A large, agonizing cane handle. Full-on panic mode sets in as I fumble around, trying to find the end of the tape to release the pressure brought from Satan himself. Hyperventilating, panicking, and fumbling, I eventually get the tape unstuck and the string stops pulling on the stent. Fuck me with a chainsaw, I've discovered a new pain threshold. I inspect the damages, the end of my urethra is swollen and the string has pulled out some. I am in pain, holy fuck get this baby out of me, I am in pain. I hobble down the stairs and to the bathroom where my painkillers are stored. I decide on a T3 because this shit right here calls for codeine. Time and a place, and this this is certainly that time and place. I take deep breaths to calm my heart rate and then realize my bladder is full. No fucking way. You are noob. No, fuck you bladder, right now. Shit, I eat. Fuck nuggets. Anticipating a very painful piss due to the stent being shifted, I sit down and prepare for the worst. My fucking lanta, I was not prepared enough. My urine flow was nearly completely obstructed. Muscles were expanded, but nothing was coming out. Wailing in pain, unable to urinate, ready to die. All because I did not tell my surgeon I have a large penis. Luckily a blood clot eventually gave and a slow, bloody urine stream began to dribble. By the rings of Neptune, I'm pissing. Yes. Followed immediately by doubling over in pain. But yes. Okay, this is good. Maybe the stent is still functional. It's now 5 AM. I've had some painkillers, I'm wide awake laughing at how unbearably ridiculous this situation is. And now I get to be that guy who has to call my surgeon today to inform her that my large penis may have just dislodged the stent. Sorry I didn't tell you I'm hung sooner. Where do we go from here? Bo, drop the curtain. Oh fuck me, I have to pull it all the way out on Friday. TL, doctor. Yesterday I went in for a ureteronoscopy, laser lithotripsy, and kidney stone removal surgical procedure. The surgeon left a ureteral stent in with a string taped to the end of my penis. I am to pull on the string to pull the stent out through my penis on Friday. The string is taped to my dick shaft with -lac. I didn't tell the surgeon that I have a substantially sized penis when erect, both a grower and a shower, and so the slack was not enough to sustain an erection. In the middle of the night I popped a raging boner that deformed my penis, think shepherd's crook, tore the end of my pee hole, and tugged on the stent. A new pain threshold has been discovered. I now get to be the guy who has to call the surgeon and explain to her that my raging erection may have just prematurely pulled the stent out of place and it might have to be pulled out prematurely. TL, doctor, went in for surgery yesterday to remove a kidney stone. My dick is too big for the stent string and when I popped a boner last night, it may have dislodged the stent. Ouchies. Today I fucked up by sending what I thought was a safe screenshot of my browser to my class. So I'm in physical therapist assistant school, first semester. We're still learning how the grading system works, and we just got our midterm results. Well, some of us. I haven't received mine. I asked a classmate in our group chat about it, and he said to check a certain site. We have a lot of different portals. I did, and screenshotted my lack of results to send. But wait, there was a not so good tab open. So I closed the tab and take the screenshot again. Well, it wasn't as safe as I thought it was. Everyone in my class now knows my desired birthday present from my husband. No one has commented, but one person liked my post. We're on GroupMe and I can't figure out how to delete the picture. Exclamation mark. Too long didn't read, sent a screenshot. The class now knows about my desired sex toy.